All right, week 15 of documenting the journey. In this video, I will go over the lessons and breakthroughs that got me to 10K a month, the goal I wrote down at the end of 2021, do whatever I want whenever I want. That's when I really decided to go all in on my goals, all in on my own thoughts and decisions. And that's when really the change started to happen. So I wrote down 7 lessons and breakthroughs that I will go through and share with you guys to hopefully add anything to your journey. This is the point I realized that if you want an abnormal outcome, you need to take abnormal actions. So if you want to achieve something that most people don't achieve, you have to take actions that most people don't take. Which means that probably a lot of people will think your actions are weird or strange or different, which they are because you're trying to achieve something different. So it's important to not crawl back. So you just go all in on those decisions. I already experienced this when dropping out of uni, when everyone was questioning me in my environment. It's very normal to just go to uni, go do a study and things. And I dropped out, which everyone was questioning. And I, to be honest, was very lost. But at least I knew that uni wasn't going to bring me to my dreams and goals, which is why I decided to quit. This is not going to bring me there, so then I won't do it. I'll just figure it out myself. And you need to stick with those decisions and actions because otherwise it's going to be hard to achieve something abnormal. Which brings us to lesson number 2, which is be unapologetically yourself. Don't care about what other people think. When taking these decisions, especially in the beginning, it's going to be very hard because you never had people questioning you like that. It's going to be hard to be yourself and to stick through with taking different decisions or distancing yourself from people or staying in when your friends want to go out, which is a test for you to stick through. Are you going to stick through that? As long as you stick with those decisions and stay being yourself, eventually you'll meet the people that do understand you. But you can only meet those people if you're yourself and you stick with it. So stick with those decisions, stick with the things you think you have to do. Don't be inconsiderate, of course. Like, if there are people in your life that want good for you, don't push them all away. But you probably have to distance yourself for some people, or take more time for yourself, or take actions no other people do. But you have to stick through that. You have to do that. It's very important. Because if you don't even stick through that, then you will never come to the other side, which is where you'll meet people that understand you, that appreciate you for what you do, and those things. Which is lesson number 3, which is that in those periods where you do feel more alone or you are taking those decisions, we have the internet these days. So you can already surround yourself with people that do understand you and that you can learn from through the internet. There is so much really good content out there. Good content of people that think like you, content that you can learn from, content that you can take actions from to implement in your own life or your own business. So surround yourself with these people. Like I said, at the end of 2021, when I did decide to go all in on my own thoughts and decisions, and I was very alone for a long time. I was just in my room a lot alone. But I was listening to so many podcasts, finding so many interesting people on the internet. And this gave me comfort. This gave me the idea that there is people out there. There is people that think like you. You just are not in the right place yet, which you will be eventually. It's also the reason why I'm making this content, because a lot of these people had such a big impact on me when I was going through that hard times of my journey. And I realized that there's not a lot of people that document the beginning of their journey, like the being lost part as well, trying to figure it out. Which is why I just decided, hey, I'll just do it myself. If no one else does it, I'll just start documenting this shit. Hopefully, I can take any of you guys with me and or add anything to your journey, because I was looking for something like this when I was in that stage of being lost and trying to figure it out. So I just thought, let's do it myself. Why not? Which brings us to lesson number 4, which is you are not wrong. You are in the wrong room. You have to find the room where there is people that do the things you want to do, think the way you think, understand you, appreciate you. And getting with like-minded people in the same room is magical. Magical things happen when you find that right environment, when you find those right people. So figure out what that room is for you, where you can find these people, and go there. Go, figure it out. Find those people, talk with them, make relationships with them, make new friends. Go, you can find those people, they are out there. Which brings us to lesson number 5, which is document your journey. This is the best long-term investment that you can make, even if it's just for yourself to look back on. Because putting yourself out there these days is the differentiator in so many things. In business, in networking, in meeting like-minded people. If you put yourself out there, you will have such a big leap on other people because not a lot of people dare to do it. So it's important that you find your canvas. Find the canvas you can authentically express yourself on. For me, it's video. I like video. I can express myself on it, and I'm starting to get better at it. I mean, if you look at my first videos, it's very fucking uncomfortable, but you have to stick through that as well. Just find your canvas, try different things. Maybe it's a blog, maybe it's a podcast, maybe it's a video. I'm getting better at these videos, the way I'm structuring them and the way I'm recording them, and it will get better over time. But find that canvas and just tinker away on it. It will give you a huge advantage. Yeah, and it will just make the story so much more interesting. If you're ever with someone or they're asking questions, you're like, yeah, I documented it all. Go take a look at it. It will make it a lot more inspiring. Which brings us to lesson number 6, which is you will grow significantly when you're uncomfortable. In these uncomfortable new situations, that's when you grow, when you're forced to figure it out, when you're in a new environment, when you are forced to meet new people. When you're too comfortable, you have a job to fall back on. You have people that are kind of nice in your life that you just hang out with, or that's what's holding you back. You need to put yourself in a very uncomfortable situation, and that will force you to grow. So when I started documenting this, I had no revenue yet. And then in 3 months, about 3 months in November, I had 10K a month. But I already decided, as I said, to go all in at the end of 2021. So why is it then all of a sudden in those 3 months, all of the growth happened? That's because I had no other choice. I forced myself. I put myself in an uncomfortable situation, in a place where I could meet those people, with a financial situation that I was forced to figure out because I only had 5K in savings. And if I had no money left, then I had to have gone back home. So I forced myself to figure it out, which is when the major growth happened. That's why it went so quickly. The difference was with the half of the year before is that I was still too comfortable. I had a job still that kept me afloat. I had the same routines. I was in the same place all the time. And it was when I took myself out of all these situations that my growth really started to happen. Which brings us to lesson number 7, which is you're 1 person away from 10K a month. You are 1 person away from 10K a month. Find the person that has done what you want to do before and listen to them. I also talked about this in the last video. Sell a product or service, listen to someone that has done it before, implement, don't give up, try, iterate, and you'll get there. If you just don't quit, you can't lose. And if you sell something and don't quit at selling that, then you will eventually make 10K a month. You will. There is no other way. Just don't stop. In Bali, I talked to everyone I could see, everyone interesting. I walked up to them. I started talking to them. And by listening to everyone, questioning everyone, taking all these things in, implementing, trying. And I also found a few people that made a huge impact on my journey. They're a big responsibility for the quick growth. They wanted to help me out and they were just like, all right, we'll help you out, or we'll tell you what to do. Or, there's a few people that really made a huge impact on my journey, which you will only find if you go out there. And you have to find these people. You have to put so much energy in the world that's inevitable for you to meet those people. It's a numbers game at the end of the day. I talked to 1,000 people and maybe 3 people made a big impact on my journey. So it's important that you find those people that can impact your journey. And you do that by going out into the world, by talking to people, by reaching out. So find a mentor and listen to them. Show that you're trying and people will want to help you out. Which brings us to the next lesson, which is don't let your false beliefs hold you back. 10K a month might sound crazy to you, but 10K a month is a good earning freelancer. You have to realize this. You have to think big and dream big. And by finding the right people, they will also impact your beliefs, which will impact your goals, which will impact your outcomes. Get rid of those false beliefs. Dream big. You don't think too big, even if people tell you you do. You can go big. You can go where you want to go to. So don't let any false beliefs hold you back in that area. Like Alex Ramosi says, you have your traits, you have your skills, and you have your beliefs. If your beliefs are not in par with your traits and your skills, then you can't get to where you want to go. So break them down and go at it. Which brings us to the last lesson, which is you have to put in the hard work. You cannot escape it. You can watch all of these mindset videos or motivational videos or listen to my videos, but it's not going to bring you anywhere if you don't put in the work. Put in action, put in the hard work. It's inevitable. You have to just grind away. Just try until you figure out something, and then go hard at that thing as well. Don't stop after that, because you will, if you don't stop, find that thing. And that's again gonna make you comfortable, but then you have to get past that again and go hard at that thing and get to the next level. So there's always gonna be some sort of challenge. So yeah, get off this video and put in the work. Don't just listen to these videos like I also said in the last videos. Actually go put in the work. Use this for inspiration, motivation, or maybe things you can implement, but then go do it. Go do that actual thing. Otherwise, it won't bring you anywhere. Like I said, the content I surrounded myself with before, it's nice, it brings you comfort, but you have to break that pattern of only listening and consuming and start to create and do something. So you can't just always surround yourself and be comfortable with people in your room that do think like you. You have to then break that pattern and go do it. And then you will find those people in real life that understand you. So in the last video, I also showed that I started my entrepreneurial journey at like 14. That whole story I talked about in the last video. Why did it take so long? It took me a long time, but then it happened really quickly. It was because I wasn't implementing all of these things. Go all in, implement these things. I believe in you. I understand you. Probably a lot of people don't, but I do. I really understand you. I feel you. It was the same for me. Send me a DM also if you have any questions or you are unsure, like I'm there. And go out and do it, man. You got it. And if you do, then you are gonna get to where you want to get to at some point. But don't think everything is gonna change. Don't think when you made it, things will be different. They won't. You have already made it if you're on this journey, which is a paradox in itself because you do have to assume the feeling and the thoughts of what you will feel like when you've made it, if you want to make it, because that way you will take the actions of a person that is where you want to be, and those actions will result in you actually getting there. But don't forget about the journey, because that's what it's all about. That's what's the beautiful thing at the end of the day. And it's really cliche, but really like enjoy it, take it all in, enjoy the people, enjoy the ride, look around once in a while and think about how far you've gotten already. Even taking those decisions, you're already further than most people. So you're doing great. Even looking at this and listening to this, if you got this far, you're already crushing it. So just keep going and you'll get there. So yeah, that's it for today, man. As you can see, I wrote this down at the end of 2021 and I hit this in November 2022. And in the next video, I'll go over the goals for 2023 and I'll do it all in public this year. I'll go crush it in public. Why not? And you crush it with me. And of course, it's not going to be all rocky. I'll explain in the next video what happened afterwards, how it's going with my clients, how it's going with my agency, all of these things. It's going to go up and down, right? But as long as you keep going, you'll go up and down, up. You'll go like this. So get at it. Start already. It's going to be all right. And yeah, thank you for watching. DM me, let me know what you're doing. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.